So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So the next video we about to check out, man, is scientists have found the most horrible planet in the known universe. All right, so this is gonna get interesting, I guarantee you. But before we get into it, man, why nobody didn't tell me about the new moon rocket launch that NASA was planning? Like, y'all left me totally in the dark on that one, bro. I happened to pull up my phone because now I'm getting alerts on all this space type stuff. But yeah, apparently they were scheduled to do a new moon rocket launch, but they were having some engine troubles, some engine issues. So they had to reschedule it. It could be possibly taking place Friday or maybe even the mid-September. But apparently this was supposed to be a new mission to put astronauts back on the moon since the Apollo program, what, 50 plus years ago or 50 years ago? So keep your eye out on that coming up if you weren't aware like me, but I'm on it now, so I'm aware. But anyway, we're gonna get to this video. If you're new to this channel, man, hit that subscribe button, join the fam. Let's check it out.
This nearly invisible dot among the stars is an unusual rogue planet. Although this object, located 20 light years away from the sun, doesn't have its own star, the sky around it isn't at all as dark as it might seem. Bright flashes light it up every now and then. The thing is, this rogue planet is 12 times more massive than Jupiter, and its magnetic field...
Oh, we was just talking about how massive Jupiter is. And now this is 12 times that? Jeez, bro. Like, and then I don't know, for some reason, I think we're just scratching the surface on how big some of these planets are when we discover them.
The planet is 12 times more massive than Jupiter, and its magnetic field is 200 times more powerful. And this is what creates regular light shows featuring northern lights. But there are even more staggering worlds in our vast and endless space. In this video, you'll find out how can a planet be ice cold and extremely hot at the same time? Is there a place where things fall not down, but upward? And what are the strangest known exoplanets?
I ain't even gonna lie, that would be kind of dope. That would be kind of cool, bro. A planet where everything, instead of the gravitational pulling down, it'd be up, so everything falls up.
In which of the worlds could you take the coolest photos? Just 57 light years away from Earth, there's a gas giant called GJ504b. We'll call it the cherry bomb. Planets like that are usually yellow-brown like Jupiter or orange like Saturn, but this one is very young and bright pink thanks to its heat. From the cherry bomb's orbit, you could take some really mind-blowing selfies, no filter needed, especially since the nearest star is very far away and won't spoil any of the pictures with its light. And this planet, 400 plus light years from Earth, eclipses its star itself. Scientists unofficially nicknamed it Mega Saturn, as rings of this gas giant are 200 times bigger. Their radius is half the distance between the Earth and the Sun. You'll need more than 2 years to fly around its outer ring, even if you have the fastest of rockets. What a terrific view, though. There's another exoplanet situated 320 light years away from us, and this is where we can find the most unique scenery. It orbits in a system consisting of 3 stars. When one goes down, the other 2 rise, and vice versa. If you think your working day is too long, you should know that here you may have to wait for nighttime for more than 100 years. So far, I've told you only about gas giants, but rocky worlds can be much more interesting.
100 years before you see nighttime, bro. A bunch of sleep. Imagine if life was on that planet, bro. Be a bunch of red-eyed zombie people walking around because they ain't getting too much sleep because it's never dark. You know what I mean? That'll bring a whole new meaning to having them dark curtains in your room.
Where do we find exoplanets with the most unusual surfaces? There's Venus in our solar system with its sulfuric acid desert, where temperatures may reach 450 degrees Celsius. Meanwhile, 560 light years away from us, there's the Kepler 10b exoplanet, whose surface is 3 times as hot. This world is one giant hell furnace where temperatures rise to 1,500 degrees. The planet is 20 times closer to its star than Mercury is to the sun. To come down here, you'll need heat-resistant platforms like those on Mustafar, the lava planet from Star Wars. And if you don't want to get burned like Anakin Skywalker, be sure to take the high ground. But have you heard about the planet of contrasts? Very close to Earth, 20 light years away, Gliese 581c constantly looks at its red dwarf star with only one of its sides. And although the planet's situated in the habitable zone, just like ours, there's some blazing inferno happening on its surface. If you land on the light side, you'll find yourself in the middle of a scorching desert similar to Venus, where constant storms rage on and on. But having moved to the dark side to cool off as soon as possible, you'd immediately get frozen to the core. In this place, more or less tolerable conditions can be found only in a thin strip of land between the two hemispheres. But what if I tell you that the surface can be both hot and cold simultaneously? 33 light years away from Earth, there lies the planet of burning ice. You may come down to its ground only if you have a heat-resistant spacesuit, and you'll be greeted by icy plains, which temperature exceeds 500 degrees Celsius. In heat like that, even lead will melt, but water is solid here. How come? The answer is the crushing gravity and enormous pressure. So even a tourist clad in a heat-resistant spacesuit will break their legs here. But don't worry. We have a special indestructible suit that can withstand just about anything, and we certainly can't go further without it. I mean, to the planets with the most extreme weather conditions. Here on Earth, we have rains, snowfall, hail. At worst, precipitations might take the form of fish or toads.
And I know we look at our weather conditions and we think they're extremes at certain times of the year, but hearing what some of these other planets have going on, like, this is nothing compared to that. You hear how some of those heat ranges, and I'm in Georgia. You know what I mean? When summertime in Georgia is almost unbearable sometimes. But now that I hear that, I'm like, bring on summer this next year. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. Like, that's just insane, those type of weather conditions.
Extreme weather conditions. Here on Earth, we have rains, snowfall, hail. At worst, precipitations might take the form of fish or toads. But it doesn't rain on the planet located as far as 65 light years from Earth. It glasses. In the atmosphere of this gas giant, there's a lot of silicates, translucent blue stones. Under the influence of the heat produced by the nearby star, they evaporate and form clouds. Subsequently, they produce precipitation that falls down like blue glass. Sounds like a beautiful sight to see. But I forgot to tell you that because of the mighty wind reaching 2.5 kilometers per second, the glass falls to the ground horizontally and cuts and sweeps away everything it meets. For that reason, astronomers called this place the Slasher Planet. And Happy 7b planet, which is 1,000 light years away, is the Sapphire Slasher. There are no shards of glass, but real jewels soaring in its heated atmosphere.
Bro, at those speeds, like, did you hear the speeds? At that speed right there, 5,400 miles per hour. Like, glass hitting you like that, of course, it's slicing through you like water, like nothing. Like, you wouldn't stand a chance in that. Anything wouldn't stand a chance at those speeds with all that glass coming out.
Per second, the glass falls to the ground horizontally and cuts and sweeps away everything it meets. For that reason, astronomers called this place the Slasher Planet.
The Slasher Planet. Whoever named that, Hey, I salute you, my guy. That was the perfect name for it.
And Happy 7b planet, which is 1,000 light years away, is the Sapphire Slasher. There are no shards of glass, but real jewels soaring in its heated atmosphere. These aluminum oxide clusters are, in fact, rubies and sapphires. But the weather is not only about precipitation. On Earth, there are sea tides caused by the moon. In a star system situated 1,200 light years away from Earth, tides occurring there are the most destructive. Every 3 months, a gas giant, Kepler 36c, passes so close to the rocky planet Kepler 36b that it triggers powerful earthquakes and volcanic eruptions on the latter. But most of all, planets are influenced by their stars, and sometimes this influence is genuinely astounding.
So then, what is the cause of some of our earthquakes and things like that? I know they say things going on here, fault lines, plates move, all kind of different things, right? Tectonic, all that. But I've never heard, that doesn't mean it hasn't been spoken, because like I said, I'm still new to all of this type of stuff here, but I've never heard of anything coming past us that could trigger these earthquakes and different things happening. So now when you think about that, what's actually going on in space that could be affecting us here that could trigger, you know what I mean? Thinking back to, just like you said, with the moon causing certain waves and things to happen in the ocean. That, now I'm gonna forever think about that. If I hear on the news earthquake has happened, I'm gonna immediately run to see what's going on in space.
It's on the latter. But most of all, planets are...
Gotta hear that again.
Close to the rocky planet Kepler 36b that it triggers powerful earthquakes and volcanic eruptions on the latter. But most of all, planets are influenced by their stars, and sometimes this influence is genuinely astounding. What worlds up there have the most unusual and extreme interstellar weather? Any massive object in space attempts to take the form of a sphere, but this exoplanet, 870 light years from Earth, is oblong like an egg. That's because WASP 12b lies so close to its star that it nearly devours the planet alive. If you try to jump from a platform standing on the convex side of the planet, you won't be flying down for too long. The star's gravity will pull you up and carry you away to outer space. Scientists have estimated that the mass that the egg planet loses every second equals the weight of 1,000 great Egyptian pyramids. In 10 million years, the gas giant will be gobbled up completely. Now, this is a tiny planet located more than 2,000 light years away from us, and it looks like it has a serene life. But this star that dims in the sky is actually the undead. This celestial cadaver is a powerful pulsar that showers the planet with storms of radiation and X-rays. Compared to this world, the molten reactor in Chernobyl is a little piece of paradise. Only spirits of the dead could possibly survive here. That's why astronomers call this planet Poltergeist. Even a super spacesuit won't protect you from radiation poisoning, so you'll have to get some treatment after this tour. Fortunately, on the planet Kepler 438b, located almost 500 light years away from Earth, you'll feel right at home, as this is, in fact, another Earth. And this planet is the most extraordinary of them all, because a world that can provide suitable conditions for a human or any other life is quite a rarity in the universe.
Yeah, hearing some of these facts about some of these planets and what their closest star does to them, yeah, us just thinking that we can just go to another planet and just establish ourselves, no. It's not that easy. I'm seeing it firsthand now, well, not firsthand, but throughout these videos, that it's just not as easy as I would have thought it would have been. You know what I mean? We figure out, okay, what are the gases on the planet, how to, you know what I mean, be able to sustain life here, what things need to be done, boom, bam, we're in there, we got it. No, no, no. No, I'm hearing extreme heats, different weather conditions, stuff flying by the planet that could trigger volcano and earthquake activity. You know what I'm saying? Glass that could come down and just shred you up like you was just put in a blender or something. Like, no, it's way more than meets the eye. So yeah, that's partly my ignorance of, you know what I mean, lack of information there. And I'll admit that. 'Cause in my mind, I didn't think it would be easy. That's not the right term, but I just thought it wouldn't take as much as I'm hearing now. And I'm like, oh no, no way it's that easy. Now I'm looking at Elon a little different now, because I'm saying, okay, the way you've been putting it out, it's kind of seeming like it's gonna be an easy task, just needs to take time. But no, it's a lot to factor in, bro. It's a lot to factor in. You know what I mean? So, but this is definitely good information to know now. You know what I mean? So, but y'all get at me in the comment section, bro. Scientists have found the most horrible planet in known universe. Get at me and let me know what you think. And yeah, man, y'all keep me in the loop on the moon rocket launch, fam. I'm gonna try to keep up with that so I can see that. You know what I mean? I like to kind of catch those on the TV and the news as well. So, but leave a like, share the video, subscribe, and stick around and stay tuned. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.